how's it going? So, I'm almost done with exams. I got, I think, one left, but doesn't matter. Let's film some yo-yo videos. A question that I've been asked quite a bit is, how do you do behind the back tricks? Well, that's a tough one. The weird thing about behind the back is that it's not something that you can say, boom, this is how you do it, right? It kind of comes down to like generally how you yo-yo. So what I mean by that is that there's no set textbook thing that you can follow and then you can play behind the back. It's a little bit of intuition and a little bit of your own feel. That being said, there are tips and tricks and I'm going to show them with you today. So let's get down to learning it. Step 1, alright, getting your combo behind your back. Now there are 3 ways that you can get, or there are a lot of ways that you can get your yo-yo behind your back. And these are just a few of them, okay? The most simple one is around world tour and swing it around and land a trapeze on your back. Very simple, very elegant, works fine, you know, and it's pretty cool. The next one is leg wrap trap. This is a trick that's been around for ages, right? And there are plenty of tutorials online, so I'm not going to go too in depth on this, but if you need a tutorial on leg wrap trap, check out some of the descriptions. So yeah, generally that's another way to get yo-yo behind your back. And the third one is a bit of an extension from the leg wrap trap, is you get into the first part of double or nothing, then you swing it through your legs and you land into a double or nothing like so. Pretty cool. Okay, so those are 3 ways that you can kind of get the yo-yo behind your back. But that's kind of the easy part. How do you maneuver a yo-yo when it's behind your back? Well, to understand that, you have to break up behind the back into 3 kind of segments, okay? So I'll just call these sections 1, 2, and 3, okay? The first section is when, boom, your hands, your right hand is covered by your back and your left hand is fully free to do whatever you want, okay? This is used for when the left hand is predominantly determining the outcome of the trick. The second one, which is the most difficult to use, is number 2, where both of them are behind your back. Now, this is really difficult because you can't see the yo-yo and you have very little control here. Not many people yo-yo behind here. And the third one is segment number 3, which is where your left hand is covered and your right hand is fully movable, okay? And that's designed for tricks where the right hand has to do the dominant of the work in yo-yoing, okay? Now, the key to behind the back is very simply putting your yo-yo in the correct section to improve your accuracy in the trick, okay? So, how do we do that? Well, let's take a look at just a simple combo and I'll give you an example. So let's say I just want to do a simple combo like this. So, trapeze, double or nothing, pop, pop, Eli hop, and then bind, okay? Now let's say I just wanted to do a simple combo like that, but I wanted to do it behind the back. Well, this is how I go about doing it. So the first thing I would do is 1, get the yo-yo behind my back. Very simple, right? Okay. So as I've got the yo-yo behind my back, I now know that I have the 3 sections. So, section 1, section 2, and section 3. Okay? Now the first part of the combo is a double or nothing. And that's going to require a lot of, it's going to be too difficult to land through here, and it's going to be a little bit difficult to land through there. So what I'm going to do is use section 2, just to get that over the string, and then land the double or nothing in section 1. Right? I use section 1 because I can fully see the yo-yo and it's very easy to control from this section. From here, right, I'm going to need to hop onto that string. Now it's pretty difficult to hop on here because I have very little control over my right arm. So what I'm going to do is transfer it to section 3, right? Now my left arm is minimal, but now I can use my right hand quite a bit more, so it allows me to pop it up there with maximum accuracy. And again, now I have to pop onto this part of the yo-yo. So I'll put it back to section 1 and pop onto it. Alright? So, really, behind the back, very plainly put, is just moving the yo-yo in the correct position to optimize your accuracy. So, again, swing. There. I land in section 1, right? Then, put the string over, section 2. Then, land again in section 1, right? I need to land it on here, so I need to make my right arm a little bit more flexible, so I go to section 3. Now I need to land it on the left, section 1, and then I need to do the Eli hop, section 1, whoops, and then 5, okay? So yeah, now that you know the kind of like foundation on how to do it, I guess all I can really do now is just give you some tips and tricks. And one thing I've found is like arcing your back and really stretching out your arms to ensure like you just have most of your arm out there to improve your accuracy really helps, because generally the more room you have, the easier it becomes. That's why generally players with like really long arms and really lanky bodies are really good at behind the back type tricks, okay? So really, it's all about maximizing accuracy through putting it in the optimal position. Other than that, I mean, I don't really have any other tips. I mean, one thing that would help, I guess, is learning your combo, or really getting the foundations of your combo really confident before you attempt to do it behind the back. So generally, tricks that you do behind the back, you should be able to do normally pretty easily. Next thing is get a wide and get a relatively large type of yo-yo. So I was using the 86-400, wide and large, okay? Ideal for behind the backs and competition level tricks. I mean, you can definitely try on something smaller, like an 888 or something like that, but it just makes it a lot more difficult. Get something big and wide so it's easy to catch when you're landing on the string. Next thing would be, don't have your string too long. If your string is too long, generally what will happen is that your string, and you'll just have slack all over the place, and if your string is all slacky, it's very difficult to land on because it's unpredictable as to where the string can go. So, like, you guys will probably notice that it would be a lot more difficult to land a trapeze on that than it would be to land a trapeze on that, okay? So, in my general opinion, use a shorter string, not too short that it limits your movement, but short enough so that you don't have all these slacky kind of areas that hinder your ability to land the string. So yeah, as I said again, behind the back's a tricky topic to kind of teach because it really depends on the person, and it's kind of like a personal thing. So I was never taught how to yo-yo behind the back. I mean, I never watched any tutorials on it. I just kind of figured it out by myself. That being said, I did get taught how to do leg wrap trap, which I think is a really awesome crowd-pleasing trick, but the general tips to like land the trapeze behind the back or land the double unluckies behind the back, it's just, you just get those after a couple years of practice. I mean, not even years, I mean, a couple months of practice. And it may be daunting at first, but after a while, it's not too bad. I mean, unless you're trying to do something really crazy behind the back, I mean, most tricks with a little bit of practice you should be able to do. So yeah, I really hope that helps. I mean, I hope this wasn't just a waste of your time or anything, but I guess that's what I could that would be my advice. So place the yo-yo in spots that give you the maximum movement to improve your accuracy. Don't use a string that's too long. Get your yo-yos really get your yo-yoing ability really confident until you go behind the back. Get a big wide yo-yo, and yeah. So if you guys liked this, give it a thumbs up so I know what you guys like and I can post more of it, and I'll see you guys next time.